Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home with very minimal equipment, going through a circuit training to keep your body moving, limit your time, and make it as efficient as we can. So we're going to start off with a tube today, a tube or a band about hip height in your, around a railing or secured to your door or something like that. One loop band and one heavier dumbbell, and that is it for today. So come into these workouts warmed up and ready to move, and let's get going. We're going to do a bow and arrow pull to start. So grabbing that band or tube with both hands, we're going to step back and drag your elbow towards the back of the room. Keeping those shoulders level. Don't let them come up by your ears. Drive that elbow back, squeeze that shoulder blade, alternating each time. Tummy really tight, working on keeping you stable. Breathe, pull. This is a great arm and back and shoulder exercise. Breathe. It's not a lunge when you step back, you're just stepping and kind of shifting your body weight. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. And rest. Okay, good. Next, we're going to grab that dumbbell. And we're going to do, try and get my camera set there. We're going to do some squats, holding that dumbbell on the end. So I want you to keep your shoulders down. Just let it hang from your hands here. We're going to squat down towards the floor and then press it up overhead. Now, sitting back into those heels. I've got my legs spread apart a little bit more here. My toes turned out a little. It's more of a sumo squat. Breathing, keeping your chest nice and tall when you squat down. Sitting back over those heels. Now, if you have shoulder pain with this, you can squat down and then just do a small modified press up. That's okay. Keep it pain-free though. Also, if you have knee pain or these squats are really challenging for you, you can limit your range of motion. Just go to here and then up. Regardless of how far you're going, think about squeezing your glutes as you stand up. One more. And rest. Good. Remember to pick these up and set them down with good form as you transfer those weights. Okay, next we're going to lower down to the floor onto your hands and knees, and we're going to do donkey kicks. So hands directly beneath your shoulders, knees directly beneath your hips. We're going to press one leg back like this. My foot is flat, like I'm going to press away the ceiling. Small range of motion. I want your hips and your shoulders to stay level here. Breathing. Tummy nice and tight, and switch. All right, press up, 2, 3, 4. You can also do these a little slower. That'll make them more challenging. Try to keep your hips level. Don't feel like you have to kick so high. The smaller range of motion is actually perfect because it really keeps those glutes engaged throughout. Stand up nice and slowly and grab that loop band. If you don't have a loop band, you can just tie together a TheraBand. You can even just pull apart a TheraBand like this if you don't want to tie your TheraBand. What we're going to do is wrap it around the backs of your hands like this. And I want you to stagger your feet like further apart. So this part is so that your back doesn't take over. We're just going to pull apart, small little pulses. So I've got my arms about shoulder height, actually a little bit lower. Arms straight. This is a great shoulder stabilizer. Pretty challenging, depending on the strength of your loop band at home. And rest. Good. Just kind of tiny little pulses there, working on that shoulder mobility. Or shoulder strength, I should say. Okay, next we're going to grab a chair. And we're going to do seated knee pull-ups. So in that chair, you want to have a firm chair, like a kitchen chair. You could also do it off your coffee table or your exercise bench, but not something soft like your bed or your sofa, because it just doesn't give you that firm base of support. Shoulders down, hands under your thighs. You're going to lift up those knees. So you're picking your feet up off the floor, not rocking backwards. Don't use momentum. Control those muscles. This is challenging. When I do this, I think about pressing into my hands and almost like I'm going to crunch towards my knees. And that keeps me from rocking back. Nice and slow and controlled. And rest. Good. If those are really challenging for you, which I know that they are, they're a challenging exercise, you can start by kind of staggering your feet and then working on doing the other one first, working towards picking them both up at the same time. Okay, final one, we're going to lower down to your hands and knees onto the floor again. And we're going to do a shoulder mobility, doing shoulder twists. So hands directly beneath your shoulders, knees directly beneath your hips. I want you to pick up one arm and raise it. We're going to twist your torso. I'm looking at my hand, and then I'm going to lower down and reach underneath all the way so my face goes down to the floor, and I'm bending that other elbow to let that happen. Nice and slowly. Breathing. This is challenging. If you can't do this on the floor for whatever reason, you can do it seated on a ball. You can do it seated on the edge of a chair. And rest. We're going to do the other side now. Reposition if you need to. Reach up, stare at that hand, all the way down. So I'm watching my hand the whole way. Bending that elbow, coming down to the floor. If you can't do that, if your arm if you're feeling like you're going to fall, if you do that instead, you can keep your arm straight and still get a good twist. Breathe. This is such a good one for shoulder mobility, spinal mobility. So do it within your pain-free range of motion, working towards increased range of motion over time. So this is something you can add to do it a couple times a week, especially if this is an area of challenge for you. If you have shoulder pain, if you have spinal kind of stiffness, if it's really painful, limit that range of motion. Really dial it back. You can start to just do a little bit of a twist to begin with, and then slowly over time increase it. So go through those 1 or 2 more times each, and add a little cardio in between. Keep that heart rate up. Get a great workout. Follow with cooling down and stretching. And as always, let me know if you have any questions, if you need any modifications or clarification on anything. Have a great workout, everybody. We'll see you next time.